snoring, dude? You snoring, doggy? Hey, what's going on, Alec? Same shit, different day. Hell yeah. Rerun. Rerun. How your night go? It wasn't that bad. Better than most. Better than most. As far as recycling goes. I had to pay off some tickets, so I was just like, fuck. I don't even think I did a live last night. I just went on a non-stop, take no break. Hey, Rose. Hope all is well with everybody on this beautiful Monday evening, morning in some parts of the world, afternoon in others. Hey, what's going on, Steve? Ed, shalom. Yep, we got the first goofball. Oh, shit. The dance walker. The dance walker. Man, these clowns, man. I'm glad I wasn't born with those gang stalking genes. Early, yeah, hey, what's going on, Strong? Yeah, I went to sleep early. I went to sleep like right after I turned in my recycle. Well, I had to pay this ticket, and I went straight to sleep. I was hella tired. Let me get a bar with this. Hey, down. Come on. Down. Lady. Chill out. No barking at the informants. No barking at the informants. Hey, we'll be in time. The mayor of NYC said if you are quarantined for the coronavirus and you don't need to follow it. Whoa. The mayor of NYC said if you are quarantined for the coronavirus, you don't follow it. The MP. If you've been ordered. Wait, hold on. If you are quarantined for the coronavirus and you're not follow it, I'm not sure I'm getting that all the way, Rose. The mayor of NYC said if you are quarantined for the coronavirus and you don't follow it, the NYPD knocks on your door. What do you mean if you don't follow it? How do you think the homeless people will be able to cope with the coronavirus? Honestly, man, I think it's an immune system thing. I think people with a strong immune system, if this coronavirus is a real thing, I think it's gonna attack people with weak immune systems, older people, younger people, um, like baby infants type shit. And like for the people that are healthy, I think it's just gonna work on our reproductive system because they say it's for it goes straight to your reproductive system and fucks that all up. So a lot of us are gonna be walking around this motherfucker sterile and shit. So if you ain't had no kids, this is a good time to look into adoption. Hey, chill out. That's mm, I finished my very last DV class today. Oh man, I know you feel good. Anything where you don't have to be surrounded by a bunch of fucking weirdos with badges and yeah, I don't think coronavirus is gonna have any discrepancies on whether you live outside or inside. Actually, like the people wearing those masks and shit. Well, the cotton ones, not they got the real gas masks and shit. But the ones wearing those cotton ones, like I would think that they're more of a fucking danger of catching coronavirus than people who don't wear masks, because you're locking that shit inside the mask and you're just breathing that shit in. Like it's not like that little flimsy ass cotton mouse, cotton mask with all those little puncture holes in it, airways and shit. There's no, if you can breathe through that motherfucker, unless you like, I don't know about gas masks because they probably have some type of filter or something. But those cotton masks, if you can breathe through the motherfucker, if you can actually breathe and survive, then it's not airtight. And I know it's not no filter on the motherfucker, so you just basically you sucking the fucking coronavirus through the mask and locking it in there. Cause heat, heat. When you put that shit on your face, you got a lot of heat. That's heat, and that's what that shit. Bacteria and fucking and fungus and mold and all that shit. It fucking flourishes in that. It, it flourishes. No barking at the demon. Let her do her little demonic trades and shit. Give her your energy, doggy. Doggy dog. Abby, if you are quarantined in NYC and you leave your place, the NYT will. Oh, if you leave your. What do you mean quarantined? If you leave your place, like your place of quarantine, like they have you like a hospital, or you mean actually leave your home? You know that's crazy, man. And that's what this shit's all about. You know there was they said there was an earthquake in California too. Somebody told me about it, and then you know sent me some links. But it's it's supposed to be a bigger one. It's supposed to be a bigger one coming. They're not reporting on it. Um, yeah, they're not reporting on it, and it's along the San Andreas fault line. So for anybody in California, just be aware that an earthquake happened in the San Andreas fault, and there might be a bigger one coming. Funny how nobody's reporting on that shit. 5.9. Do they make you resit your driving test if you have a violation? Um, it depends on what your court deal is. Like, what are your court deal? Sometimes they'll make you go to another class. Sometimes they just make you pay the fee. Most of the time, it's all about just paying the fee. They don't care about none of that shit. You feel me? But then they'll try and you know, if you making payments and shit, they'll probably send you to a fucking, the school so they can weasel more. Mine, I had to resit and take it because, it was a DUI. Even though I didn't, even though it was a bullshit fucking charge, the charge was DUI, so I had to retake it. But usually, if it's like running a red light or fucking some shit like that, I mean, in some occasions they will make you take it, but most of the time it's just fucking pay a fine. 350 or something. Like they put the fine up there though. Most of my most of my I mean I don't get um those type of tickets though, like red light tickets and shit like that. I don't really get like that. Most of my tickets be parking tickets and shit. Nissan. We got a motor. No, that's a bike. That's a regular bike. See if we. Mm, that video you posted was the truth, man. Oh, I appreciate that, JX. Yeah. I be trying to find him, like they, I be trying to find him and shit. and I got this app which is it's a video downloader app, so like you can download videos, and if they don't if they excuse me, it's legitimate. If they don't have copyright, um shit, like it excuse me, it's legitimate. They fucking they filter out the copyrighted videos from the non-copyrighted. I be trying to find like the most educational like videos to where like people can like, if I can find people explaining this shit, cause I have a fucking my talking my vocabulary, um I don't want to say it's limited, but I'm stuck in the frame of like I gotta reboot my brain almost on how to I gotta reboot my brain on fucking how to fucking talk. I'm not used to talking to people and shit like that, so I cuss a lot. I fucking my vocabulary isn't fucking politically correct as of yet. So if I can find videos where people can explain it way better than I can, then and Steve, he had a good idea too as well. Like if any of you guys have any stories you want me to upload to the channel or anything like that, just let me know. Send me the video, and I'll put it up. Eventually, I'm gonna have well, I already have it up, but eventually I'm gonna start upload start uploading to my other channel, like um interviews, legitimate interviews and shit with perps. I just haven't. I was gonna use that for like when I actually leave San Jose. Fucking interview perps on the road and shit. I use gloves, wipes for work. The shelves are empty. Yeah. I mean, it's good. That stuff is good. It's definitely good. And like, you always want to take the fucking precaution and shit, most definitely. But we're talking about, this isn't like if this is real, and they're saying, and the way they're scaring the people and shit, if it was that serious, then there's nothing that there's nothing a mask could do. There's nothing hand sanitizer can do. Maybe if you got the right mask, and then you got to take that shit off all the time and sanitize it. Like, how are you gonna take the mask off and sanitize it? You feel me? Eventually, you're gonna fucking have to take it off. You know. And then what's crazy is they have these like I don't understand why they don't make those available to the public, like the right masks, like in case some bio shit happens. Like why shouldn't I mean like this disease and shit, like then and we know that this type of shit that they know this type of shit can happen for sure. Like their fucking intelligence, like they know, if a terrorist comes out here, just like with the whatever that white powder shit was, what was that shit called? Anthrax. Anthrax. Like, even after the anthrax scare and shit, like they should have made those type of masks available to people. Bio protection masks and shit. Like everybody should have one of those in their house. Those should be available to every fucking American, every citizen in the world. Fucking giving out cotton doctor masks and shit. Like get fucking 100 for like fucking $20 and shit. Like that shit's not gonna protect you from nothing. Yeah, you definitely gotta keep your immune system up. Yeah, you keep your house at a cool temperature. Almost like but that that would be one hell of a bill. That would be one hell of a bill. Excuse me, it's legitimate unless you got some type of fucking swamp cooler or something. But if you can keep your house cool, like hospital cool, or like cold as shit basically, then you know, pretty sure virus and shit like that can't flourish. To test the public reaction. Yeah, not just to test the public reaction, but they can implement a lot of shit. They can implement a lot of shit. They can fucking, especially that putting us in FEMA camps and quarantining us and shit. That's the perfect way to get everybody all in one spot. Or all in little stations, destinations and shit to fucking load them up with the chips and shit. Tell them we need to fucking give you this fucking vaccine. We need to, for your safety and everybody else's. Hey, you guys remember now, this is the second time. Every time I park here. Well, it's the second time that I've parked here and they've, been right there with their lights. Usually it's in the front. I'm gonna predict this, and it's really not even predicting because they do it all the time. Pretty soon, there will be a fire truck and a paramedic. They'll roll by and they'll go right there to that building right there. That one right there across the street with the light, the windows on the bottom of the light. That's one of those gang stalker. That's one of those gang stalker apartment buildings where they, you know, like they, that's like homeless housing and shit, where they pay like two or however many dollars a month, like cheap, real cheap. I heard if you're 6 or more away, 6 feet or more away from the droplets, you're safe. This lady kissed me on my cheek. I turned away. uh, hey, I think that's just a normal human reaction. I think that's just a normal human reaction. People, right now, people don't want people touching them. People are fucking don't want they fucking wear masks and shit. You should see how many cotton masks is running around this motherfucker right now. I be like, damn, man, you guys are crazy. The ones that be wearing that cotton shit, like that shit, I think that's way more dangerous. That shit get somebody talk to you and fucking their spit get on that shit and fucking it starts, you know, spawning and all that fucking moist and fucking heat that you're fucking throwing under that mask. Fuck. Oh shit. It's had literally hella motherfuckers walking around with that shit too. That shit hella funny. It's not funny like that. You feel me? I mean, you know, you got, I guess, you know, whatever you feel the safety precaution would be, you take it. And, you know, it's just funny. It's the way people be looking and shit. They be looking real fucking menacing and shit. Old people looking like ninjas and shit. It's crazy. Apartment NYC. No barking. Let him do his job. He's doing his job, buddy. He's just doing his job. You gotta show me the phone, look back, make sure I'm looking at him. The theater, the theater is in progress. I have some videos in a playlist about this virus and the viruses in general. If you knew what viruses really are, you would never fear them. It's the viruses that they create in laboratories and put in. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You know, we're dealing with some wicked people, man. We're dealing with some wicked fucking people. And they need, you know, when you're a scientist, you need you need specimens, I believe. I think it would be specimens. You need shit to work on. So this is basically just a breeding ground for scientists and shit. They keep all their fucking, instead of keeping us in cages and shit, instead of keeping us in cages, they let us fucking slave for them. We slave for them. We give them all the money, or most of the money. Um, and they let us live somewhat, in our minds comfortably until they need it's like lottery. Like, you either live comfortable for the rest of your life, or you just live for the rest of your life like you've been living, or you just might get snatched up for that experiment. You never know. It might be your time. And every time you have a baby, that baby is just another part of the fucking experiment. You know, they need to keep their fucking people die every day. They need to keep their fucking specimens. They need to keep their fucking, you know, experimentees going. Keep the money flowing. Make some good money off organs. Whether they eat that shit, whatever they do with our organs, they can't be putting it in every. Too many people dying. They can't be putting that shit in everybody's body. Yeah, that's what it is. It's not the virus, it's the vaccine. And the homemade virus, though. And the homemade virus. There was a dude, there was this one dude that went to check and see if he had coronavirus. And the doctors, they shot him up with whatever. They tested his blood. They told him he didn't have that shit. You feel me? And, 2 weeks later, all of a sudden, he pops up with it. If that's a true story, like, they be spinning bullshit stories, so you don't know if it's a true story or not. But if it is a true story, they shot that shit in him, no doubt. They shot it in him. But nobody will, well, most of the fucking masses won't fucking, they won't even consider that because they don't want the backlash of their peers in the world to call them conspiracy theorists and shit. Like, people will literally know shit and refrain from fucking putting it out there because they don't want to be considered conspiracy theorists. Oh, it's crazy. A lot of conscious people say, that the people who created this shit is gonna backfire on them. So, like, I've been watching a lot of conscious videos lately, and they say, like, these evil people, like the ones creating this shit, like, it's gonna backfire on them, like, it's because it's attacking. They something about attacking people with no light, like it's attacking those with no light, like those, on a lower frequency or some shit. That's a quote. That's a quote. That's not me saying that's fact or anything. So I don't want nobody saying, oh, yeah. And they tell us all the time, man. They tell us all the time. The last one was pretty blatant though, you know. And people always like, you know, if we was to think about it, right, where it was, they said it came from the China, out of the Chinese lab or some shit. But if you was to think about all these fucking mosquitoes that they let released into the fucking world with the virus, and they literally told us we've created a virus, we're loading them up to the and mosquitoes, and we're gonna let so many go. They fucking told us that shit, and nobody said nothing about that. Nobody said nothing about that. And now that this fucking coronavirus is out here, it's been out here for a while. Nobody's even mentioned that shit. You feel me? Or not, and not that I pay too much attention to it, but you know, like I'm subscribed to channels and shit that you know they speak on current events and shit. So you know they speak on that shit and fucking you know I haven't heard anybody fucking say anything about that shit. Like when they fucking released the mosquitoes, it was only a couple channels that spoke on that shit. Like you know, rebuking it basically. It's crazy, man. It's like they tell you they're fucking letting mosquitoes, and you don't go buy fucking your masks and shit. Like they fucking tell you we're gonna release these fucking mosquitoes with these viruses, and everybody just goes on about their fucking day, goes on about their day, and as soon as that motherfucker hits, or as soon as they say it hits, you feel me, and people are dropping, then you got mass fucking hysteria and fucking people, like people, I don't understand. I don't understand. 11 cases in New Jersey. 11, damn, see? Free I can't understand you fine. Yeah, I mean, I mean, you know, like, and you've caught on to me because you've been, you know, on the channel for so long, so you feel me? You've caught on, but like a lot of things that I say, like especially in the beginning, I used to speak a lot of slang, like or you know, so people didn't really understand like what it meant, and not just that, it's just like I could know certain things in the about the program and shit, and then when it comes to like voice, like right now I'm comfortable, you feel me? So I can voice it a lot easier, but like you know, when on the spot, I've always been like weird like that. I don't know if it's considered weird, but you know, like on the spot, like I know everything. Like I even know what I'm about to say, and then like I just fucking what I'm about to say, it just don't come out right. It fucking, you know, it just don't fucking come out right. And even with reading, like I could read through a book, like I could read, I could read through a book, like in my head, like reading it, like you know how you read silently. Like I could read a book like that, but when it comes to like reading out loud and shit, like I be stumbling over words and shit. I be losing my place. I'll just all types of weird shit, man. Saying that to say, Like, so that's why I put those videos out there, because they can put it out there politically correct and actually point it out and show the people, like, this shit is real. You feel me? I gave flowers to Miss Renata. Then she gave flowers to somebody else. Renata is a good person. Renata is a good person. You, everybody, all you guys are like good people. Perp interviews. Perp interviews. Are you gifting, Nappy? You have some. Are you gifting? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Right. Look up Dr. Abdul Alim Muhammad of Instagram. Black vegan posted his video regarding how viruses. Okay, for sure. How viruses was created. Okay. Hey, Tanya. Yeah, airborne. Oh. 44? Damn. Yeah, I think they're really just trying to shut that. They're really trying to fucking put us in those places. I mean, that would be my opinion. That would be my opinion. Or they're really just really trying to do a real big body count. They're trying to rid the world of a few people in a expedient way. I mean, they've already got us fucking infested with fucking more gallons. It's goofball. Um, yeah, they've already got us fucking on infested with fucking nanotech and shit. And it's like all the fucking, some of us, there's some people that speak on it, but for the most part, ain't nobody talking about the important shit like 5G and all the fucking extras. I mean, there's a lot of people that are, but for the most part, or like the people that are, there's people, I'm saying it the wrong way. Nobody's responding to it. Like, we put the information out there and like people watch that shit like it's just some fucking sitcom, like a rerun TV show or some shit. This program alone, this fucking program alone, like if I did like as many people as I like, maybe 1, 2, 3 people, You know, like I might write that shit off if I didn't know. Like I might be like, okay, man, well maybe this person is just going through some shit. Like, and be on about my way and go on to a different channel or whatever. But you know, if I keep crossing videos and shit, like especially in a certain amount of time, like if I'm on YouTube, if I'm a YouTuber and I just keep fucking coming across these fucking targeted individual videos and shit, you know, eventually I'm gonna start wanting to fucking look that shit up and see what that shit's really about. Like, do some type of little research and shit because that shit, like, if that's something that could happen to me, like, I would want to know about it. Like, especially in that type of that realm of things. Like, when you got government and fucking citizens and shit following you. You got people acting crazy and shit, people committing suicide, you feel me? And none the least, like that would be like if it wasn't real, like if you didn't know that shit was real, like if you didn't know like that and it could possibly be real, like that would be some fucking interesting fucking shit. You feel me? And knowing that this shit could just happen to you, like that would make it even that more interesting. Like, but people just fucking walk on and go about their day. You try and tell them, and no matter how many videos they see, excuse me, it's legitimate. Like I have trolls that have been on my channel for a long time. I have some long time trolls. Some, you know, there's some actual members. I guess you would call them some troll members that come on here and fucking. So I know they've watched pretty much all my videos. They know about the one headlight bandits. And as frequent as I get these, look at this. That's that. Is that dude? I, I, I think that's that booty bandit dude that was at the gas station with the bike. That got him out here doing stupid shit now. But yeah, as many one headlight bandits as I've watching Bend Over. Bend Over. Bend over, you about to do it. Where you gonna bend over at, buddy? Where you gonna bend over at? Where you gonna bend over at, my friend? Yeah, man. As many one headlight bandits as they've seen, like they'll get on the one headlight bandit video and be like, "Oh, it's normal for people to have one headlights." Oh man, the people we deal with. Anthrax, yeah. Yeah, that's probably also that'd probably be therapeutic too. And you probably remember hella shit too. Hella shit will start coming to you, Kim. 40, 50, 60% down in Australia are gone to get it. Oh, what, the vaccine? Fuck, that's crazy. Hey, what's going on, right? replaceable filters. Okay. A carbon fiber mask with replaceable filters. That's like one of those high tech ones. Yeah, I was saying like I believe it was, I forget his name. A truther though, but he had played a clip, or you know he did a commentary first, like it's not funny. It's not funny if the shit is real, but they like it was, I believe, four people at the hospital, and they had to be quarantined. They had to get the test kits because they had been around the shit. And the doctors had no test kits, no protection gear, or none of that shit. And they were just running through that. Like, they didn't even want to get by the. It's like they didn't even want to get by the people. They didn't, like, they were fucking, like, the whole hospital was in hysteria. It was crazy. Like, they didn't have no test kits for nobody. Up, we gotta bend over. Notice how they stop and look at the ground like they're gonna bend over and pick something up, and they get ready to pick it, bend over and pick it up. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. When they get ready to pick it up, it's like they instantly think about it and don't do it. This coronavirus is nothing to worry about. The virus has been around for years. This one's a different strain. Yeah. Uh, I mean, I don't think it's the virus that you so much have to worry about. I mean, as long as your immune system is good, I don't think you have to worry about the virus too much. You just have to worry about the repercussions of the virus. Like, you gotta worry about, like, what the fuck did they implement this virus for? Was it to get us locked down in this facility? To get us chipped up? There's a reason for fucking it isn't. It's that motherfucker ain't floating out here for no reason. Like, either to kill up a lot of people with the low fucking immune, and it also attack. They say it also they say it also attacks your reproductive organ. So was it to sterilize a lot of people also? Was it to get up in our DNA and change our DNA? Oh, see, that's crazy. See, they're literally fucking transporting the virus everywhere. What did you say? You said lost in all the news that's letting off all these all these contaminated people in Oakland and shipping the rest to Travis Air Force Base. Yeah, that's crazy. That's out here, man. That's crazy. Oh, oh man. Well, hopefully my immune system is strong enough and fucking, Hopefully, it can wipe some of these gang stalkers off the planet. That would be great. That would be really good. Ugh. All I say, if you're gonna fucking spend up your money, you guys, if you're gonna fucking be, getting 20, 30, what the fuck you looking at my shit for, you retard? Motherfuckers always looking at my tire and shit. Letting air on my tire, walk by it, look at my fucking tire and fucking weirdos, man. Plotting on my shit. As soon as I go to sleep, let hella air out my tire. Yeah, if you're gonna spend a lot of money, man, spend it wisely. Go to the Dollar Tree or the 99-cent store. And then you could buy lots and lots and, spread your money. I'm pretty sure they keep that shit on the shelves. Like, I don't think they'll be running out. Wash your hands often. Keep away from eyes, nose, and mouth. No kissing, hugging, shake, coughing to your elbow. Not your hand. Most appreciate. Love to hear you laugh. Appreciate that. People are unhygienic nowadays, and they think it's weird when someone actually maintains property hygiene. Yeah, yeah. People think, you know what? People think, people are just fucking wired, fucked up. You know, people are wired, fucked up in their head. Like they've programmed people to be like backwards and shit. That's just the way fucking it is in the fucking hood. Like literally, especially in the fucking hood. Like, you know, to get an education or something, like in order to better yourself, to better your life and shit. You're fucking square, fucking. Nobody wants to. I don't want to be around that fucking square. I'm not trying to be around that square like fucking programmed to be wired backwards, man. I was fucking programmed like that for some of that. You get older and you think about that shit, you be like, damn, man, I was like I was stupid as fuck. Hong Kong, where they eat out, they have to wear. Hong Kong, where they eat out, they have to wear a mask at the table and put a sheet in the middle of the cake. uh, where was that they went? I think that they went to India. Or was it Jamaica where what happened? Oh no, I be watching like this dude's channel called Tall Guy Car Reviews. I believe, and they have a spinoff. Him and his girl have a spinoff TV show called Love and Slim. Not TV show, but like they vlog. Like one vlogs on cars, and then they vlog on like trips and trips and stuff. And they had went to, I believe it was Jamaica, or it might have been a stop on their way to Jamaica. Um, but like in some places, like you really can't show public affection. Like you can't hold hands. Like you can't hold hands, even if you're a tourist. You can't hold hands. You can't kiss. You can't do none of that. That's crazy. Well, it's not crazy if that's if that's the way you've been brought up, or that's what you. But that's kind of, that would be easy to forget. Like it would be easy to get in trouble out there just forgetting that. Like people with mad. Oh wait, was the bug airborne? I believe it's airborne. Like if the people cough, people wear masks. They're just paranoid. Yeah, I mean it's it's good to be prepared and cautious and shit and aware, but like it's also good just to kick back and think about what you're gonna do first. Like let that shit like actually be even if you have to plan, like even plan ahead of time for this type of shit. Like that way, research this shit. Like like what's the best way to fucking if something like this was to happen, not necessarily this virus, but anything like bio, like what would be the best way of protection? Like get the right stuff and shit. Like don't like that's the number one thing, is getting the right shit. And then another thing is just having that shit already, so you don't have to be mixed in with the bullshit and panic. Like you already have that shit on deck. Like, and then you'll be able to save your money. Like you won't have to spend all your fucking money at once. Like if you buy one thing at a time and throw that shit in a cabinet somewhere, or, some cupboards, like a homemade cupboard for this type of situation and shit. They got places online that you can get packaged food that is dry and shit. Though it's like the food is dry, like it's like that space ice cream type shit, freeze dried food. They got companies and shit that sell boxes of that shit that it lasts for like years and years, like before it goes bad. Like it can literally last for years. Like you can have boxes of that shit just loaded in your cupboard. Hella water in your cupboard that you've accumulated over a period of 3 or 4 years. You feel me? And then bam, when this shit happens, you're already good. all you gotta do, all you gotta do basically is just get your guns and lock your fucking door and put all the fucking, your reinforcements up, because you're gonna have people trying to kick down your door and break in your house. And not just people trying to hurt you, but you're gonna have people running away from people trying to hurt them, running and trying to run in the first door that they can get to, and fucking, desperate measures. How does it go? Drastic situations calls for desperate measures or some shit. Well, however that goes, somebody fleeing for their life and you don't know what's going on. You refuse to let them in and they're running for their life. There's no telling what they'll do to you in order to get away from the person who's chasing them down. So, gotta be prepared for that type of shit. They are evil. They let it out of those lives. Yeah, they are. But you gotta think though, like we're nothing to these people. They have no ties to us. I mean, they have no conscience. They have no soul. They fucking tell us about this shit in cartoons and shit. Like, I was watching This Life, the fucking shit that's playing out right now. I used to watch this shit. This shit used to be a cartoon. This fucking reality right here used to be a cartoon called Pinky and the fucking Brain. I was a little kid just watching that shit, not even knowing that shit was a fucking blueprint, basically, to what the fuck that shit was a blueprint to what the fuck I would be going through. Fucking Pinky and the Brain. A bunch of fucking crazy motherfuckers who want to create shit. And a bunch of goofy motherfuckers that, a bunch of goofy and crazy motherfuckers. Goofy, crazy, sinister motherfuckers. Goofy, crazy, evil, sinister. The fucking the fucking little rat with the big head. Not to mention the rats too. The little rat with the big head was the sinister evil. And then its sidekick was the goofy tall one. And then mixed together, and this is what we have right here. Right fucking here. The Jetsons told us about cell phones and fucking FaceTime and all that bullshit. The Flintstones taught us about Freemasonry. Walt Disney turned a few kids into perverts. Oh, you name it, the list goes on. That's not. It can travel through droplets while we speak or cough. Yeah. Anyone got family that gang stalkers? Definitely. definitely. Was mixed with HIV, name listed at 723. Hey, not only that, but four different strains of HIV. Four different strains. That's where I got the immune. If you guys, I know a lot of people. I know I'm not Muslim either. And I don't know if anybody might have a problem with watching him, but he speaks on he has this video about the coronavirus, and he basically he does a lot of research on it. Did a lot of research. He knows a lot. He broke it down like to the very. He broke it down to the bare minimum, like what is like. He broke down everything about it. Like it has four strains of HIV, um, and it's different. It's coronavirus been around for a while, but this is just a mutated form. This is a form of the coronavirus that they've mutated. This isn't the one that's been around for a while. I mean, this it. I mean, yeah, this isn't the one that's been around like that. There's like a lot of different. there's a lot of different. There's a lot of different strains of the coronavirus. I'm sorry to hear about that, Tanya. Sorry to hear about that. He was. Damn, that's fucked up, man. That's fucked up. Well, at least I mean, if you guys, I mean, cup half full. At least he was able to be, buried somewhere that he loved. You said he loved China, so at least he was able to stay. I know it would have been nice to have him back, but you know, definitely, definitely. What's going on? No good reason to stream. You taking shots at me? No good reason to stream. I am thinking if I was 5G. If it was 5G. You never know. He did. Oh, we got a yellow shirt. Here we go. Let's see. Yellow shirt and black. Yellow beanie cap too. Okay. We got a show. Oh yeah. Everybody being that one red jacket. We got a show being put on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's enjoy the circus. got the bike and the phone. And take note, all this shit is happening at once. The storm of people is all happening at once. Hey, motherfuckers is crazy, bro. I am going to bed. Good night. Oh, good night. Yeah, get a bumpy ride, folks. The shoes about to drop, right? Alright, chill out. Chill. Here come the goofball. Here we go. Alright, chill out. We're all on the side of the bed. These motherfuckers, this shit is funny. All in a matter of seconds. I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions. The body is perfectly designed. You are so lucky. Look, you are so lucky, Nappy. You can't read that. It's great. Appreciate that. The body is perfectly designed. Hey, scrap. Hey, scrap. Come here. Chill. Come on. We good, doggy. We good, doggy. We good. Chill, pill. Thanks, protector. The protectors. The body is perfectly designed to think about all things, touch, and never get sick. It's the mind that's imperfect. Man created a virus mixed with another deadly virus and released the population. Yeah, most definitely. Why do people care about this coronavirus so much? It's a scare tactic. That's my. Scrap. Come on. These motherfuckers gonna be here all night. Motherfuckers gonna be here all night till we leave. And if we leave, they're just gonna pop up wherever we go. I lost my money in stocks. A cure for this virus may take 2 years to get under control. Yeah, if anything, they probably already have it. It's usually a cure to everything before they release it. Yeah, FEMA camps too, true. It's the end of the world as we know it. Clap your hands. Nah. Invest in land, not stocks. They can take the land too, but they easily take your stock money like shooting fish in a barrel. Yeah, I actually thought about I wanted to invest because they were I be seeing that shit about the stocks and weed, marijuana stocks and shit, and I know like if they don't stop marijuana, like it is a booming business. Like I can see like a person making profit in stocks on that. It's just that I've watched those movies and shit like where motherfucker had a lot of shit and like invested a lot of money in stocks and then all of a sudden they don't have shit no more and they people that got people that got away with their money or they say some shit like, yeah, well, I mean, you knew the sacrifice. We'll just try again. Like, hell no, we won't try again, motherfucker. Yeah, yeah. I would be more. I'm more interested in that earthquake that hit really than the coronavirus, and the fact that they're not reporting on it. That's a little fishy. They report on all types of small shit. Like this wasn't that small. From what I hear, it wasn't that small. 5.9 or some shit. Damn, that's one hell of a equation to put together right there, biblically. Something to think about. Yeah, I'm in Vacaville. Okay. Yeah, he did. He didn't bend over. He didn't. He didn't. I was supposed to start my new job today, but I had to go to my DV class. But I will start my new job tomorrow. Oh, that's what's up, bro. Congratulations, man. That's what's up, bro. Good to hear. unfortunate, but they harassing small towns just as bad as in cities. Uh, hey, Shell, not bad. Hope everybody's doing well. Hey, Allison. Hey, back at you, Zil. Hey, Nappy, that video you posted insinuates mind control, making people act weird around us, which is not true. These people know exactly what they're doing. Yeah, and one that it actually is true. Not in all cases though, not in all cases, but they can control people's mind. They can, they can influence people to do certain things. Like, there might be people who are not necessary. Like all the extra weird shit. Like the I 100% agree with you, like all the pretending to be crazy and all that. But like as far as like, they can send subliminal messages to somebody to like scratch their head, or just that type of shit, to where like nobody would like, you wouldn't know if that was your thought or somebody else's. So like they can implement little actions in your targeting, and that's just as far as like this, what I know. Like they can probably even do like some more sadistic shit than that, as far as controlling the mind. But they can probably make a person like, there's a lot of aspects to the to fucking, their technology. Like really, it's no limits, no limits at all. If they can see through our eyes and hear through our ears, and you know we're basically remote controlled creatures and shit. Like now we're remote controlled creatures. We don't even have complete control over our bodily functions and shit. If they want us to shit on ourselves, they can push a button or whatever device they got. Like they can make us shit on ourselves, piss on ourselves. They can fuck us up, man. So I don't think it's too far off for them to be able to control the mind like that. Alright, so I think you'd be alright, Alice. Hey, what's going on, Mom? Shama, 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 shamillion. You come go, you go, come and go. Rose to Corona, dessert. Hey, Centra. Anyone heard from Fat Jerry? Nah, Fat Jerry. Desperate times comes from desperate men. Yeah, that's what. Cheers from Ontario, Canada. Alright, nice to meet you, Centra. Shouts out to Ontario. Um, I'm sorry, these viruses aren't meant known to kill off TIs. I think it's just for the regular people, huh? Yeah, Walmart is there. Walmart, Target. Hey, Brittany. Certain Walmart's in the back. Got a meeting room. Yeah. Be mad as hell. Huh. To play stickball, huh? Uh, mm-hmm. I just received an email from Wells Fargo. Coronavirus safely measures while working. That's good. My kid's school in Travis. Yeah, they shut down a lot of schools. Wearing the purse in one of your videos, an older man, mind control or influencing something. Yeah, yeah, you talking about the little guy that they always dress up with the purse and shit? Yeah. And this is police. You know what's fucked up? These are police. These are police conducting this shit. Like, these police are, like, literally taking advantage. The same people they're supposed to be protecting, if anything, protecting the most, like, they're taking advantage of them and fucking, dressing them up in dresses and shit. Like, to get a rise out of me, like, I'm gonna do something to the little elderly man. Like, that's my new fucking friend. That's my new friend. Every time I see him, I give him dap and conversate with him now. Like, you're not gonna use that little guy to fucking harass me, motherfucker. You can tell he don't even fucking know what's going on. Like, you could put a quarter in his hand and, like, not saying that, it's not good to have gratitude or anything, but if you give him a quarter, like, that's gonna be like the world to him. Like, you could just give that man a quarter and tell him to do something, put that dress on, and he's gonna fucking do it, you feel me? So he can go to the store and buy him a piece of candy or something. Fucking, it's fucked up. And then you got these college students and a lot of these mentally ill homes and shit. Excuse me, it's legitimate. First of all, we're around college, San Jose State. A lot of people are here on, you have your well-off people. It's a mixture of well-off people, and then there's people who got their fucking, um, whatever that shit is when you get you know what is that shit when you get to go to college for free because of your what is that shit called? Oh, scholarship. Yeah, people there on scholarships and shit. So you got people, and then you got people paying their shit. So you got, what do you call it, the starving, you got the starving students and shit, right? You got the people whose parents, they're well off. Their parents buy them apartments or condos, or they rent something, like they rent their own shit. Then you got the roommate motherfuckers, um, the starving student types, and then you got the fucking, the on campus, like the people who live on campus. So the starving college students, they fucking, there are some of these Victorian houses, like, where, look at these weirdo fucking terrorists. There's some of the Victorian houses where the starving students are, they're the ones where you rent the room, so they're in there, like they're fucking literally fucking in the same house as some of these mentally ill people and shit. You feel me? And like these people, like these mentally ill people are really like, mentally fucking ill. And like I said, you could give them a quarter, and that shit will mean the world to them. You can make them perform any act, or fucking, just, you can make them fight each other. Basically, you could give them 50 cents, and they'll fucking start fighting each other. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, that type of shit. So you got these starving students, and they're taking advantage of them as a form of entertainment and as a form of fucking, harassing you and shit. Because I definitely get a kick out of it. Like, chill. Cops wear black costumes and send you to fake judge wearing a black robe. Black is the absence of all light. Seems a bit suspicious to me. Yeah, that's a satanic system. That's for sure. Yeah, it definitely is. Definitely sad. Nappy, two of my daily harassers are in motorized wheelchairs and are dam- da- damage. Damn, brain damage. Yeah, see, most of them don't know it. Like the mentally ill people, they don't know what they're doing. The best thing to do when you see somebody fucking mentally ill harassing you is just fucking be nice to them. You know, just fucking be nice to them. It's not their fucking fault that they're being duped into fucking doing this shit. Most of them don't even understand what they're doing, and they have a legitimate reason for not understanding. Like the normal person, like the person who fucking gets the guy that knocks on his door and says, "Watch this person because he's under investigation for this, or he's gotten away with this." You would have to think, like, as a regular person, Okay, I've been watching this person for 2 and 3 fucking years, and he still hasn't done anything to get himself locked up. You know, when the fuck does this investigation end? Like, people that don't use their fucking brains, they have no excuse for that. But mentally ill people, they definitely having excuses. Not even an excuse, a reason. On the motorized wheelchair. Yeah, those people. Chill out, chill out, chill out. Yep. Gizmo. Gizmo.